We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2112. Today's Thursday, and we're talking about how we evaluate 20 properties, a ton of properties to buy just one. This is the concept of the funnel. And I've been in some version of acquisitions professionally my entire life. And so you want to get your pipeline jammed full of opportunities. Anybody in sales knows this. I got to talk to 25 people to sell somebody one thing. 22 people have to walk through the door in general to think about if they're going to buy a Ford. I'm the sales guy. I need to get 22 people for every Ford I sell.
I got to date 5 to 10 women just to find the one.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that.
If you think it's 5 to 10, it's probably 5 to 10 women. It's probably 3 women for men, 3 women to score. For women, it's probably like 42 men.
Oh, wait. To score, it's 1-to-1. Like I can find one man and score, but that doesn't mean... How are we using the word score?
Use your imagination.
Okay, yeah.
Score for some women means marriage.
Oh.
Score for some women means
Score.
I had a blast on Saturday night.
That's what I mean. It's 1-to-1 for women. That one. So, yeah.
It didn't take long.
No. We haven't talked about that in a while. But no, if it's like, okay, if I want to really like be serious relationship, I'm thinking of a really good friend of mine right now. It was probably 50-to-1.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if your acquisition criteria for a man is so stringent that you need to evaluate 20 to get to a second date, you better ask yourself some questions.
Well, I gotta say, now more than ever, there's been a pivot. It used to be that, I like to think that most men were upfront and honest about this is who I am, blah, blah, blah. Don't try to hide anything. Now it's changing. There's like crazy men out there and they try to hide stuff.
I think it's always been like that.
Like they are crazy.
I think women just put up with more in the distant past.
Oh, I don't know. They still put up with more in the near future too.
Look, the whole point here is jam your pipeline full.
There's a funnel.
And 20-to-1, I'm not sure. We didn't write these topics, thank God, this week. That's why they're good. Actually, they're good and make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
How many properties do you look at before we actually pull the trigger and buy one and resell it? Really?
Sometimes it's more than 20.
Yeah.
It depends on the area. But and then it kind of goes in waves. Isn't that funny? Then I'll go, ooh, here's a little pocket. I'm buying all of these.
Jill likes to say, and we'll get to the topic here in a minute, I need to look at 10 new properties a day for us to make a few $1,000,000 a year. And
I like that.
And she's dead on. So now it's my job to make sure she looks at 10.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
Okay, Josh wrote, hey everyone, I'm new to Land Academy and getting started with the Land Academy 3.0 material. Getting all the initial business items set up, phone number, address, website, etc. I work full-time in IT, so I'll be doing this on the side until it overtakes my employment. This is my first entrepreneurial venture, so I have much to learn. Super excited to get my first mailer out, targeting February to keep myself accountable. Looking forward to getting to know the community. Awesome. Welcome, Josh. I'm excited.
No, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just get yourself on a schedule if you've already done that and get the mail out.
Good. These are your goals. You're like, okay, January, I'm going to watch all the 3.0. I'm going to get my phone number done, my address, website, all the stuff done. Check. February, I'm getting a mailer out. I love it. This is great. And then, so that means end of February, you're looking at deals. March, you're buying stuff. April, you're selling stuff. And now you're on your way. My only add to that is keep once you start targeting February for your first mailer, it's a monthly thing now. Now its mail goes out once a month at least.
Today's topic, how we evaluate about 20 properties to buy just one. Here's your general gauge. This is this is in the top 5 questions that we get since we started this Land Academy's 10 years. How much mail do I have to send out to buy a property? And what they're asking is what's your mailer yield? What's the mailer yield I can expect? So here's the basic numbers. 1% of the people of the number of offers that you send out are going to respond. So you send 1,000 letters out, about approximately 1% is 10. 10 people are going to respond, and you will generally get 1% of those as a real viable acquisition candidate to potentially buy.
I like that.
You have complete control over this. Now we're going to send out 2,000 mailers in the same numbers. Only 20% of the people are going to respond, and you're going to look at 2 deals seriously. You're going to test it, the 8 A's. They will pass all of the 8 A's. Will you buy it? Maybe not. I'm not sure, but it will start to, the acquisition criteria you set up for yourself in the equity planner will start to fall into place. Oh, this property's better than this one. This one property's better than this one. 3,000 mailers. Now you've got 30 people calling you back and you're looking at 3 deals. 4,000. So 10,000 mailers-ish per whatever time period it is. You're going to talk to about 100 people and you're going to look at about 10 deals. For Jill, that's not enough. She wants more. And she's right. And we've been doing this for a million years. So we're set up to handle it. We have the staff and all of that. But that's a basic rule. That's if you do the mailer right. If you price it right, you pick it passes a red, green, yellow test, and it's in a big system. All of this is in Land Academy 3.0, all of it, every single last detail. So the system really works. But the key is you have to send the mail out very consistently. You can't. It used to be we'd get a lot of people would say, well, I'm going to send out a test mailer. I just want to see what this is like.
And like they do like 100 or a couple hundred or something. That's not going to do anything. No. You're not going to get anything from that. That's not enough. You know, it's like, I'm going to give this diet 1 week. Like, come on. That's not going to be enough.
Are you on a diet right now, Joe?
Oh, yeah. It's January. Who isn't on a diet? I'm going to argue. If you're not, it is January. If you are not on a diet, we got to talk. Yeah. Diets
and mating are the 2 of the main off-topic themes that we've been talking about this week.
Yes. Is there anything wrong with that?
No.
I'm not looking for a new man or anything.
Oh, good. That's
a
good
new
to hear.
Skinnier man or anything.
That would not be hard for you to find.
Let's see. Based on the topic so far this week, I'm looking for a new skinnier man who rewards himself with something other than a bar on Friday afternoon.
You have nowhere to go.
We haven't even got into the plaid thing here.
Nowhere to go but up.
Yep. People are now doing that. I love when you show up on our some of the calls that we do with our community are video calls, like our LA Pro people and the advanced group, the Career Path alumni group. And I notice when you wear plaid and you're like doing a little nod to Jack. This is awesome.
What happens?
They're wearing plaid and they're like, look, I'm Jack today. I'm wearing a plaid shirt.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. But that's it. You just talked about it. And you have to review. The more deals you review, you know, I just there's a podcast that we're doing in a couple weeks, and I had a chat with a gentleman. He wanted to do like a little pre-interview to get to know us a little bit. So I just showed up to it and talked about some things. And I talked about the 8 A's. And one of the things was abundance. I talked about that. I said, because the fact is, if you have abundance, i.e., you have 80 people that reached out to you this week versus 8, you better believe you're going to make better buying decisions, and you have way more opportunity to pick up better property. 80 versus 8. Duh. So that's the whole thing, why we evaluate so many deals to pick one. It's not anything about, you know, the quality really that's coming at me. It's giving me the opportunity to really hit it home and get some amazing deals. I could buy more. I could look at more and do it, and I could make it work. But I with land deals, we have a pretty strict around our office anyway. Most land deals, I want to double my money at least, or I'm not doing it. And a lot of people don't have that. If I relaxed off that, said I just want to make 50 grand on a deal, I'm buying for 150 and selling for 200. I'd pick up a lot more properties, but I don't want to.
Follow me on this. So now you sent out 10,000 mailers. You've got 100 people calling in, and you're looking at about 10 deals seriously. You're seriously considering 10 deals. Well, what if you were seriously considering 100 deals because you send out 100,000 letters? Do you think out of 100 deals, there's 2 or 3 or 4 properties in there where your reaction is after you look at it, oh my God, we got to buy this? What ends up happening, and the answer is yes, of course. What ends up happening when small mailers are sent out, somebody's going to call back. It's going to generally fit your acquisition criteria, but there's going to be some issues that are questionable. And it's human nature to sit down, especially for an entrepreneur, and say, I'm going to make this deal work. Yeah, it's right next to a gas station, and it's an old dump. But I see something and see the beauty in this that no one else sees. I'm sure I can make this deal work. And you spend a month on it. There's some stuff in Discord right now where people are asking over and over and over different questions, the same type of question, but a different way. And the fact is, they shouldn't be buying the property.
No, I agree.
What they should be doing is focusing on bringing in more properties to find one where it's like, once a month, maybe more. 9 times out of 10, I don't even know what we buy. Jill's just so she's got it figured out, and her staff's got it figured out. But once in a while, she'll come to me and say, "Look at this," and I fall out of my chair. It's such a good deal because I've put her and her staff in a position where there's so many deals to review. True. One of them's just amazing.
Can't lose.
1 or 2 or 3 of them a month is absolutely staggering. That is what the person who wrote the person who runs Land Academy wrote these topics this week, which I'm going to ask her to do this in the future because they're good topics. You have to have a ton of property that you're considering where it will become automatic. You don't want to see something. I had a huge problem with this when I started in real estate. Seeing something, because you want to be successful, you want to get it moving, you want to start doing deals and making money and quit your job. That's what we all want. Sometimes I want to quit the job that I have right now. My point is,
boy, we're that's all. I'm going to add that to the list here.
It will, when you give yourself so much opportunity to succeed, and you have that feeling like, oh, we're buying this. That is what you're teaching your brain subconsciously to look for. And you will make some dough doing that. Join us tomorrow where we discuss using your own money to fund a real estate deal. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. We are Jack and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.